Right after the kids got out of school this year, we hopped on a plane to the Bay Area for a road trip through Northern California. After a few days in Yosemite, we've moved on to Lake Tahoe. In this video, we'll be taking a road trip from Lake Tahoe down to Napa and over to the California coast. On Saturday evening, we rolled into Tahoe after a quick but disappointing stop at Mono Lake. We grabbed some dinner and then headed right to bed, both because we were tired and because we had a big day planned for Sunday. First thing Sunday morning, we headed west along the southern coast of Lake Tahoe to Emerald Bay State Park. Once we finally found parking, we hiked to the top of Eagle Falls to take in the view. Then we walked down the mile-long path to Vikings Home Beach to rent some kayaks and explore Emerald Bay on kayak. We paddled out into the crystal clear water and paddled over a petrified forest down in the water below us. Then we crossed the bay to Finette Island, where we parked the kayaks and took a swim in the icy, clear water. It's too cold. After paddling back and snapping a few pictures, we hiked back up the hill into our car. We took a little nap in the afternoon before driving north on the Nevada side of the lake, stopping at the views for little hikes and a little scrambling on the boulders. We had another dinner at In-N-Out before finishing our day with a stroll along Zephyr Cove Beach. On Monday morning, we put Lake Tahoe in our rearview mirror and headed over the mountain and down into Napa Valley. Our first stop of the day was at the Oxbow Public Market, a delicious market with all kinds of different vendors where everyone can get their own delicious meal. From there, we moved on to the beautiful gardens of Frog's Leap Winery to have our first tasting of the day surrounded by a tiny little show farm. Next, we moved on to our old favorite winery, Visa Tui, for a tasting. It had been our favorite a few years ago, and while it seems far more commercial now, it was still super friendly and had some delicious wines. We finished our tasting journey at Inglenook, where we got a fascinating history lesson on the property and a very private tasting. After all that wine, we needed some food. We had a delicious dinner at Charlie's in St. Helena before heading back to our hotel and on to bed. On Tuesday, we slept in a little bit and headed over the coastal range to the Sonoma coast. We've been driving along the coast, stopping at all the overlooks and taking as many pictures as we can on our way into San Francisco. We followed the Russian River to the coast at the town of Jenner and explored Goat Rock State Park. Then we drove south, admiring the viewpoints over Wrights Beach and Rock Point Beach before taking a walk along Portuguese Beach. We picked up some lunch supplies in the cute little town of Point Reyes Station and had a picnic at Mount Tam before taking in the views from the top. We finished our tour with a trip through the Bakerberry Tunnel, en route to the Golden Gate views from Hawk Hill and Battery Spencer. Then we crossed the Golden Gate Bridge into San Francisco to end our day. What an amazing trip it's been from the shores of Tahoe to the Pacific Coast. We really liked Lake Tahoe. I was a little bit worried we'd be bored. I mean, the town has ski town in the summer, trying to make a little extra cash vibes, but there's so many activities with hiking and biking and lake views that we could have spent a lot more time there. We really enjoyed Lake Tahoe. Napa has always felt a little bit commercial, and it's only gotten worse since the last time we were here. We really loved the food and the wine and the views. Just know that it does feel like you're being monetized when you're in Napa. The tastings at Napa seem to be by reservation only now, with only at this winery wines that you're tasting. And sometimes that's fun, but Napa may be a little bit more fancy than we need. And what better way to conclude our trip than a drive along this Sonoma and Marin coastline. It is absolutely stunning, and we feel like we've been stopping at all the viewpoints, just soaking in the views. Next up, we're heading to San Francisco, but that's a story for our next video. Keep paddling. No, paddle just a little bit.
I'm not going anywhere if you're not paddling.
I'm aware. This is just for show.